Hey Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of September, and recording this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. I hope everybody had a great August, and I hope everyone that has children, that they all went back to school and had a great first day, whether it be any grade they went to. So with that, I would like to say welcome to any new subscribers, and welcome back to the current subscribers and viewers. And let's see what progress I made for August. First one that we'll go through is we'll just do the Whipco piece for August. There was 2, and I'm only going to show 1 because my Scent of Old Roses was one of the other pieces that was called for August, and I actually didn't work on it because I'd already done 10 days in June. I did the whole month in June, sorry. So just take a little break. The other one was my sampler, pretty much the only real sampler style that I have, and that is my 3 Things sampler. And that's this one here, and that is by Maura Blackburn. Here is, as I take out other things, here is what it is going to look like when it is finished. And the saying here is 3 things that will never come back. The arrow shot forth on its destined track, the appointed hour that could not wait, and the helpful word that was spoken too late. And I have all the border done, and I'm still pretty much up in this top, a little bit of the words here. So we're slowly working on it. I'm doing it on the called for with the called for everything, and the called for is 32 count flax, and doing it over 2/2. Let me get it upside down. I still have to fill in these 2 blue flowers, but we'll just go from top to bottom. The whole alphabet is done. Let's move the needle minder here out of the way. There we go. There's a few mistakes in it, but it's fine. That's all that matters. And this area is where I was focusing on for the Whipco 10 days. And I was using it in a group. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So I was counting those half-hour days as my Whipco days. So here is the whole border. Like I said, it's not much, but it's there. And I'll do this so you guys can see a little bit closer up of where it was worked on. So here is, hang on, we'll just fold it in half. There we go. We got that done, and I'm not sure if I'd started this side or not, but I definitely know I was working on this side. And these are just hanging here because this was the end that I could reach in my Q-snap. I didn't feel like moving the Q-snap for just the little bit that's down here, so finish just going this way. And when I get over here, I'll fill those in. Use those to fill in. So here's 3 Things sampler, and we will see if I work on it in September or not. No guarantees. And then the rest of my pieces are just my normal pieces. I have not gotten totals of what I stitched on, or the amounts that I stitched on, I should say. Let me take this one out of the Q-snap here. This is Stitching Jules design. One of her full coverages, and this is Mini Book Street. Still attached to my Q-snap. There's one more block under this one here that's stitched, so it'll just stop right here. This is 28 count 1/1. And I just started this in the end of August, I believe. Yeah, not exactly sure the date. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of light colors up in the top in the sky. Just working my way down, picking my color, the color first that's not stitched in that row, just working it wherever. Sometimes it's down the book, sometimes it's been fun to see it come to life. This one should be finished in September, so that would be interesting to see. And this Q-snap, let me just put it back together really quick for him, and then I'll talk about this Q-snap. I'm using the little sewing spool huggers to hold the excess out of the way. This size Q-snap is a 6x8 or 8x6. I took a 6x6, took it apart, and took one of my 8x8s and took it apart. Just easier to hold. It wasn't big enough for a full 8x8, and it was a little bit little for a 6x6. So here is Mini Book Street. Next one we got here is Pandemic. Whoops, it's already open. This one I used in my challenge group, one of my challenge groups, which is a year-long one that I'm using it for. And it is being stitched on 30 count barley corn by Access Commodities, and I'm using Mrs. Seda Silk and Hydrangea. This is still my first hank. I don't know if I'll get into the second one. And this is 1/1, and still have floss attached. So here is where it is there's working in this area. So when I pull it out this month for my group, I'll just not finish this, but I'll just work on this section. So maybe this will be my goal for this one for the month, is to finish this part, and that will get me my second row of pages completed. So we're getting there. I'm still enjoying it, and I know exactly where it's going to go when it is finished. I need to finish it quickly because where it's going is going to be finished soon. So there's that one. And another one that I worked on at the end of August, I did a lot on, is one of my Heaven and Earth design pieces. And this is called Sunflowers, and the artwork is by Mary Ann Broom. This one I was doing in 10x10 blocks on the diagonal, and now I'm changing that. So what you'll see is some parked threads and some not parked threads. So I'm just gonna go within a section and just fill in on this one. 28 count 1/1 DMC. So here is, let me just fold it. Oh my. Hang on. There we go. So I started from the bottom and worked my way up, filling in as I went with the parked threads. So this one here is still all completely needs to be parked, filled in, and this one here these ones need to be pulled in as well. So as you can see, it went down, And then when I get these all in, I'll probably just go here, just come down, and if I get bored of that, I can come over here and work. So we'll see, because once, I think the top, yeah, it's more background on the top. So it's dark, the background, and then getting here. So it's pretty much this, getting into this flower a little bit more over here, which I think that's what. So this one I know was over 1,000 stitches in one day, because I was just plugging along, pulling the threads in, working in these park threads. So the next time I pull it out this month, I'll continue working on these park threads, and then from there I'll decide which way I want to go, which will probably be a little bit more up here, to get it all the way over to the side. So that is sunflowers. And then another one that I worked on is the Under the Sea by Frosted Pumpkin. We got the next part 6, which is more of the border. So we got that. We're getting there little by little, still working on it. I gotta come over here and do this, all this over here, and work down. We're enjoying that one. This one's on the called for Nessie, I think. And then I also pulled out this one a little bit. This is the Halloween Sal by Stitchonomy. And this is on 28 count gilded by Mystic Fabrics. I did this block here and started it on this one. I was using this to catch up on a couple Whip Go days. So this one for the year, the Whip Go is complete. Using the called for DMC as well. And then other one that I worked on, and I'm working on this one today, so it's in the Q-Snap, is my QS Holiday, a Stitch in Time. There's just a little bit hiding under the Q-Snap, but I'm just working, filling in. I don't have the colors for the Snowman scarf. That's what this here and here is his scarf. This one was approximately like 900 stitches in August. Then it'll get, or was it 600? It was between 6 and 9, and it'll get between 6 and 9 again in August. Maybe more. We'll see as it's getting cooler. So there is the QS Holiday. It's 28 count 1/1 with DMC full cross. Another one that I'm working on, and this is one of my Whip Go pieces for September, is the Stitching Jules NYC Twin Towers. She's changed the name of it, but it's still the same image. 28 count 1/1 with the called for DMC. And this is Sandy Bottom from Fortnight Fabrics. So here is where this one is at. Same style, just picking from above the bridge to the top, the left, first one that's not been stitched and stitching it in, working my way across to the buildings, and then I'll come back, do the bridge, and then I'll do the reflections underneath. So there is NYC. And next one we got here is my last newest start. that I started in July, which is another Heaven and Earth Designs, which is called The Song of Summer by Donna Gelsinger. This is actually one of my biggest pieces. We're almost finished page 1. This is going left to right, typewriter method, and going down the page, because it's really confetti heavy here, so if I get tired of this, I can continue over that way if I want to. But that's the way this one is. And this one's 28 count, 1/1 full cross, called for DMC. And it's gonna pretty much take this whole piece of fabric. But let me fold this so that we can see easier what was stitched on. Alright, here we go. So this blue mark up here is the end of the page, and this blue mark here is the end of that page as well. So you can kind of see there's a few stitches in there for that first page that need to be done. We've got a good, this is probably about 1/4 of the page in width, or height, sorry, in height. And I've been staggering over into the second page as well. I'm really liking this one. I work on this one on the weekends, usually Friday, Saturday. This past weekend it was Sunday, Monday. Don't know if I'll get it this weekend or not, but we will see. So there is Song of Summer. And then last piece, I know everybody loves this piece. This is the Game of Thrones piece. This is the edge, finally the edge of this row. I made it. So now we just need to continue filling these diagonals, and after this diagonal they just get shorter as we go, because it's the end. So it's a lot of the background. This man here, he's the last one for this row. So once I get past, it'll just be all background. So there's Game of Thrones. My last video I showed the full piece because I had to move the Q-snap, so I showed the whole piece. Still not 50% yet, but we're getting there. We're pretty close. And the Whipco pieces for September is 10 days on this, which I haven't started tracking yet, and 10 days on my NYC. So we will use these ones as, these will get 10 days of, definite 10 days of progress in September. And I have a few other pieces that will make an appearance this month as well. But they have no haul this month. Didn't get anything in the mail. Really the only thing I did get was the stuff to do the mini book street. I got the 6x6 frame and the floss and the fabric for that, but that was it. So a little bit on the shorter side today, but that's okay. And I will keep stitching, and I hope that everybody keeps stitching. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You want to see anything different, let me know. And I hope everybody has a great September, and I hope everybody all the kids have a great first month or second month, because there are some kids that went back in August of school. So with that, if you're not finding joy in your stitching, then put it aside and find joy in a different project, because it is a hobby, and we don't need to stress out and worry if pieces aren't bringing us joy and working on them just to work on them. So with that, I'll say have a great day, have a great September, and we'll see you in October.